we're being videoed. The complaint address.
Could you pull the microphone a little bit closer just so that we can hear him? Thank you.
4801 3rd Street, complaint number 2011522859. With the first complaint coming from the Building Inspection Division, notice of violation. First issued 8/24/2011. Second 10/5/2011 by myself, Keith Mather, Building Inspector. The building description is as follows: a construction type 5 non-rated structure. It's rated a B occupancy. It has 1 story. Formerly a real estate or consulting business. The violation description is as follows, and there are added information. First notice of violation was written: failure to comply with vacant or abandoned building ordinance 194-09, which requires the following action: the submittal of completed application of registration of vacant and abandoned building and payment of initial registration fee in the amount of $765 for the San Francisco Building Code section 103A.4, 103A.4.3, and 102A. There are what? No, excuse me. I get to read this.
No,
I was asking a question about the videotape, whether that's...
it's a public hearing under the Brown Act and under the Sunshine Ordinance. It's not an issue for us. If you go ahead and proceed.
Thank you. The second notice of violation stated you failed to comply with the first, dated 8/24. The case has been referred to this entity, the Code Enforcement Division. The life hazards that are in place in this structure, it is designated in our file as an unsafe building. The conditions that were originally cited have not changed on the building, the exterior conditions, and there are new conditions that, even though unrelated to the existing case, that are present today, I want to make you aware of. So I have photos of the old ones and the new ones, so you can see them. So I can approach now, if I could. Thank you. This is the new photo that happened yesterday at it was hit by a minibus here in this case, I think. This is the one was there.
Okay, so for the record, I'm looking at a photo of what appears to be the front exterior elevation of the property in question taken yesterday, November 30th, which shows significant damage to the front of the building. On the 3rd Street side is what I'm being told.
And you saw this report?
Yes, thank you.
Okay. Okay, good.
And has there been a notice of violation issued for that damage?
Not to my knowledge. I was out of the office yesterday, so I have no way of knowing. The building permit 2011, 2011-09225281 was issued September 22nd of this year, 2011. No work has transpired.
And that building permit was to comply with the notices of violation that were cited earlier this year?
Actually, I believe it was a permit to repair the building that was damaged by a Muni bus several years ago. And that's what that work was for.
Was that the work that's not the photograph we just saw?
No, the photograph we saw was simply the boarding up of the building had been removed.
I understand.
That is it. So, because of these conditions, and also too, I have to include this in the record, that there have been numerous local complaints from people who live in the area, to my office, to your office, and to the city attorney about this property. And so at this point in time, I mean, they have complied with many parts of the ordinance. However, it's the construction element, the condition of this building and what it presents in the neighborhood is why they're here today. are they gonna do? I want an order of abatement, and today, this has gone on for many years. The issues that the owners have with Muni are not in relation to the issues that we have with the building. And there seems to be a disconnect in what's really going on, why it hasn't been repaired, and the community is asking the question as well as the building department.
So Inspector, so that I'm clear, what you're saying is that the area in question before me today is the provisions within the vacant building ordinance that require that a building be properly maintained.
Correct.
Okay.
103.
That they paid the fee, but this is an issue of properly maintaining the building.
Absolutely, and it's under 103A.4.5.
Okay, thank you. And again, for the record, staff's recommendation to me is
An order of abatement.
an order of abatement of what duration? Of
30 days.
Pardon?
30 days.
A 30-day order. Okay. Is there anything else you want to include in your staff presentation at this point?
Well,
I mean, we'll probably have some additional follow-up questions.
well, they need to, they've got the building permit, to repair the building. Now they need to get inspections, whatever inspections are required.
It's an issue permit, correct?
Correct.
Okay. And for the record, the notices of violation were issued again, give me the dates again.
For this year,
Yes.
8/24/11 and 10/5/11.
Okay, thank you. Good morning.
Morning.
Thank you for your patience. And are you the property owner or representing the property owner?
I'm representing the property owner, Mr. Bishop. It's the Carly Bishop Senior Trust that owns the property. My name is Ismail Ramsey. I'm also here with his daughter, Judy Bishop.
Good morning.
I did have one initial question.
Sure.
Just on the recommendation of the 30-day order of abatement. That would be to complete the work, or would that?
Yeah, let me explain that. What essentially would happen is if I was to impose an order, you would still be in violation of the notices of violation because I take it that they had a time frame of what? 30 days initially? So you had the first notice of violation that was issued August 24th of this year. Probably gave you 30 days to comply with the vacant building legislation. Am I correct? Okay. And then a subsequent notice, when that was not complied with, a subsequent notice was issued on October 5th of this year, probably saying that you haven't complied with the previous notice of violation. Please do so. So regardless of whatever I do today, unless I make a finding that those notices of violation were completely in error, then you're still in violation of that. But because if we do issue an order, we give you a time frame with respect to the order, that really is, what is its effect? It really has an effect if we have to litigate against the property owner to get compliance, because then we can go after punitive fines for lack of timely compliance. It's a small percentage of cases that are litigated because we have additional code enforcement tools such as this administrative hearing, issuing an order of abatement. The other thing I want to let everybody know is that when we do not get compliance for our notices of violation, the property owner will be billed for our time for compliance after that. Since we've got 2 notices issued, they're beyond that time frame. In addition to the registration fee for the vacant building legislation, there is assessment of cost provision in Chapter 1A of the building code, and you should expect your owner ultimately will be billed for the additional time to get compliance as you go through this process, and there is an appeal process for that. But just keep that in mind. These are the several code enforcement tools that occur. With respect to this, what the order will say is that you must comply within 30 days, and that means whatever the maintenance issues are going to need to be corrected. Otherwise, you're not only in violation of the notices of violation, but of the recorded order. And there is an appeal process for the order as well. If a property owner doesn't feel that an order of abatement is correctly imposed, they can appeal that to the Abatement Appeals Board within 15 days of receipt of the order. And there's a $170 filing fee for that. So does that kind of answer your question on it?
Thank you.
Very good. Okay. So why don't you then tell me what's happening with the building and why, if the repairs that I saw in the picture, was that a result of the Muni accident?
No.
Okay.
The damage was done by Muni. This somebody removed the boarding up.
And was that the damage that was behind, that was as a
That's the
result?
damage that was.
And I'm gonna get to you in a second too. Okay, so I'm just trying to get a sense of how long the property has had various damage or has been in a state of disrepair. So if you could address that for me, and I'm happy to look at anything you have.
Thanks. I'm just gonna show you a couple of pictures of
Okay.
the unit.